Hi, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We have an exciting video for you today. Check out Idris Elba's plans to invest in the African film industry.
His Excellency, nice to see you again. Danny Dama and Tony Tego, my partners in our program to build film studios across Africa. Currently we call it West African Studios, but that's because it's a working title. But we've been working at this for 3 or 4 years to raise a plan that puts a facility at the center of African filmmaking. There's a lot of African filmmaking, but the facilities around that are something that is lacking. In South Africa, they have a big facility. A lot of film production goes there. But quickly, as we're planning this, we realized that policy is where the actual groundwork needs to be laid. We've studied the models of obviously South Africa, who have an incredible incentive package. Then around Europe, obviously Greece, Morocco. These are all places where they realize the value of the filmmaking dollar, and have brought that policy into play. Tony, Danny, and the film
National Film Authority.
National Film Authority have done the work, put together a very comprehensive plan to propel Ghana into the forefront. It needs to be robust. It needs to be competitive to the rest of the world. But we believe for sure, and I know you believe this too, it's been part of your legacy that you want to leave as well, that Ghana should step up in terms of attracting those filmmakers. So, as we said in the DC, I'd come and see you and present to you essentially just the parameters of what we need to do. In short, the work has been done. We've done a lot of the sort of understanding what international filmmakers need for Ghana specifically, in tandem as we lay the ground for the studios. I'm led to believe that there are some plans for the studios, some other studios to be brought to Ghana, which is fantastic, and one should not cannibalize the other. But without, I think, the policy component, I think it's safe to say that we could have as many studios as we want, but we will not have the filmmakers attracted here. So I think one of the things to just highlight for you, what I want to do personally myself, I have a film that I'm directing, and I'm hoping to bring that film, or at least some of that film, to shoot in Ghana. That film will be, I would say we would be here in December. We start pre-production in August. Some of the film, 2 or 3 weeks, will be in Ghana, say by December. Hopefully, if we were to move with a fair wind and we were in agreement of what we could do in terms of the policy, we could case study my film as a proof of concept. Needless to say, it would take a lot of collaboration to move quickly. However, it would be very beneficial for us to show and to make an announcement to the world that Ghana is open for business. Here is the steps, the policies are in place, and we are actually bringing a film, one of the soil, I might say, to our country, and we're going to put our money where our mouth is. So in short, His Excellency, that's the plan. We're confident that you want to do the same as we do, but it's just a question of whether we can push this through with the relevant parties to make it happen. Hopefully, if we were to move with a fair wind and we were in agreement of what we could do in terms of the policy, we could case study my film as a proof of concept. Needless to say, it would take a lot of collaboration to move quickly. However, it would be very beneficial for us to show and to make an announcement to the world that Ghana is open for business. Here is the steps, the policies are in place, and we are actually bringing a film, one of the soil, I might say, to our country, and we're going to put our money where our mouth is. So in short, His Excellency, that's the plan. We're confident that you want to do the same as we do, but it's just a question of whether we can push this through with the relevant parties to make it happen.
The news you bring is excellent news. I think this is an area where it would be very, very beneficial. There's a lot of value addition for our country in getting into this area. And I think that the whole policy framework emphasis that is yours is absolutely spot on. The latest example that I can give, which is paying off big dividends for us, is the automobile industry. Until I came, there had not been a policy for the automotive industry in Ghana. Insisted on making one, we brought out one. And subsequent to the making of the policy, at least half a dozen major global car automobile manufacturers have now come into the country. And the making of the policy was absolutely critical for them. Be it Nissan is now here assembling, Toyota, Volkswagen, Sinotruk, but it was the making of the policy that has really facilitated this. So I understand the whole business. Fortunately for you and for me, as we speak now, the Minister for Tourism is chairing a meeting today specifically on this issue about the framework, the policy framework for the making of cinema. He indicated that to me when he came here, was it yesterday? Yesterday. And he's chairing a meeting discussing that right now. But the first thing is that there's an alignment of minds that we need to do this. And we have begun the process of doing it. So, God willing, we're now in February. You're talking about an activity in August. I'm very confident that by that time, something concrete and responsible will have been worked out, which will enable to guide you as well. So this is a work in progress. And your presence here on the same day, I think all of this is good omens.
You know, that's music to my ears. And as we said in DC, you know, it's about forward motion. I very much appreciate that you can help us in this way and speed this through.